Hello there, everyone. Good evening here in California. The time now is 6:27. I have to remember the time here. It is 6:27, and we will be getting started in just about 3 minutes. I like to allow people to come into the room and get situated before we get started. For those that have attended my webinars in the past, I do like to start on time, and it's about a half-hour presentation. So just sit back and relax. You do have about a minute or so to grab a beverage or your earphones, or just get into a nice quiet place, because tonight I will be discussing you and the value of you, which I'm excited to discuss. And especially our principles just clearly resonates with me every single month, and it's amazing. It's just amazing. Okay, as I start to have some folks come in the room, we'll be getting started shortly in about 1 minute. And before we get started, I'd like to say happy Veterans Day. Today is November the 11th, and it is Veterans Day. So I want to give honor to all of the military service people that are on the front line and out there protecting us and doing the best that they can. As a matter of fact, we have veteran housing in Minnesota, and we're hoping to open up several more veteran housing in several different states. And so it's dear to my heart to be able to work with veterans all across the country. And so again, happy Veterans Day. In addition to that, it is holiday season. So we also have Thanksgiving just around the corner. And so I want to say happy holidays to you and your family. Stay safe. We are still in a very sensitive time in our economy, with the pandemic still kind of lurking over our heads, and all of the different ins and outs around that, and all of the requirements and mandates that we have to go through. Yeah, it's pretty stressful. But the blessing is that you're here today, and you're able to look in the mirror, as we will talk about, and you'll hear me talk about looking in the mirror often. So you can look at your beautiful self and love your beautiful self and enjoy your life and do what you have a passion to do. That's what life is all about. And I know that's very challenging. Life can be very challenging. I have these discussions with my children, my two boys, and as they move through their challenges, as I move through my challenges, and I support my husband or my friends and relatives through their challenges, it can really be overwhelming. But we have to look at our blessings and exactly what that means. And so in saying that, I'm going to get started. Today, I will be just discussing Strive principle number 5. Now, that is value. That is the V in Strive. It means value. And all of Strive principles, they're my favorite, but I really enjoy celebrating value, because that means I'm celebrating myself. And I would like everyone that's not only a part of our club, but anyone that may join us and celebrate value, means celebrate you. And I want to celebrate you and our club members and anyone that's watching right now and spending time with us. It's about celebrating you. And that's what this webinar is all about. So again, I want to thank you for joining me this evening. Every month, usually the second Thursday, I celebrate, or shall I say, we celebrate a Strive principle, and we rotate that, and I'll give you a little more information about that. But value represents you knowing your worth, learning to value you, and that's a practice, because again, we live in a society that is very judgmental, and it's oftentimes we feel devalued, and our self-esteem is attacked by others, and we allow that. So we have to practice to value ourselves and to take care of ourselves. As a matter of fact, before I move into the presentation, I was just listening to a message from Loretta Devine, an actress, and just a couple of days ago, and she shared a quote that said, "Take care of yourself, get some rest, and take care of yourself." And just that little short sentence means so much to me, because that's exactly what value means, is taking care of yourself. As entrepreneurs, as real estate investors, and we run, the show. We have a lot of responsibilities. We have a lot of moving parts when it comes to our businesses, who we communicate with, the different types of personalities that we deal with, from vendors to tenants to service professionals to our business partners and so on. So there's a lot of personalities that we are interacting with from day to day. And sometimes it's challenging to just be yourself. And so that's what I'm going to talk about today, is to hopefully resonate with you, to value you, which means you, yourself, love yourself, take care of yourself, and create your value system. For those that are new to our platform, I want to welcome you again this evening for joining me. I'm in California, so the time here is just after 6:30 p.m., and I welcome you to our fifth principle of the month, which is value. My name is Detra Harris, and I'm the managing director for Strive Wealth Builders. We are a business club for real estate investor, also known as a RIA, Real Estate Investment Association, which you can find in every state in California. So you Google RIAs, hopefully you'll find us there in California. And you can chime into our platform by visiting our website at strivewealthbuilders.com. Please join. There's no membership fee to join, and just start to get involved with our events and start to network with our club members and build your real estate business. We specialize in working with real estate investors and helping our members to increase their passive income. I talk about that quite a bit. What is your wealth ratio? So as you become a member and you become familiar with our language, we use wealth ratios quite a bit. And that's how we challenge ourselves to build our passive incomes in real estate. And we learn to grow our business, and we learn in different ways how to grow our business, usually through network. Real estate is a relationship business, so building relationships is very important. And what better way to build relationships than to join a RIA? Not only Strive Wealth Builders, but join several RIAs, because that's the way that you network, and that's the way you interact with other real estate investors and professionals. And essentially, that's how you grow your portfolio, which means there comes the cash flow along with that. So that goes along with building great relationships and developing personal values and self-worth, which we'll be talking about today. Closing many great deals, that's that cash flow, and that's how you increase your passive income. You got to close those deals, not only find good deals, but you have to close those deals, and then the cash flow follows, right? A lot more goes to it, but that's the gist of it. Then we want to also add value to newbies, people that are interested in the real estate business, to join us and start their real estate business. And hopefully we can give you some guidance and some tools on how you can get started in that. Some benefits that you'll have as a member is we have our personal and business development. Our Strive principles consider personal development. So that's a little bit different from some other RIAs that I've been exposed to or I'm a membership of. They usually have guest speakers that may come in from time to time and talk about personal development. But our platform is designed for personal developments, and we practice personal developments on a daily basis, and we discuss it monthly as we're doing today. And then we also have business development. please visit our website again and go to the training center. And there's some training information on how to grow your and develop your business in real estate, as well as networking events. Visit our event calendar and join us in our next networking event. And we have guest speakers, great guest speakers. Usually monthly we have guest speakers. It's the holiday season, so we usually do not have a guest speaker. Our next guest speaker comes in January. So we now are in the holiday season, and so we have other special events that's really target for the holiday season. We also have a loan program for those that are seeking funding for their projects. And I discussed the real estate training that we have available by visiting our training center. We also have investment opportunities. We have a Poppin' Tuesday deal board that will share investment opportunities from our club members, and also Strive Real Estate, which is a completely separate entity from Strive World Builders. It's a privately held real estate investment firm, and we also have opportunities that we offer our club members through Strive Real Estate. In addition to that, my favorite is SWB Outreach Delivers program. That's our community outreach program. And when you join, you'll get information on that as well. So we have an array of information for our members. And please, again, just visit our website and you'll find a lot of information there for you to get involved wherever your passion lies. Let's talk a little bit about what STRIVE means. STRIVE is an acronym, which means sacrifice, truth, relationship, integrity, value, and education. And we rotate these values on a 6-month cycle. So as you will see, there is 6 letters, STRIVE, which means sacrifice, truth, relationships, integrity, and value. And also you can find this information on our website if you'd like to have those acronyms broken down. But I will tell you this, that we practice this on a 6-month rotation schedule. For instance, in January, we start out with sacrifice and we move from January to June with sacrifice, then truth, then relationships, integrity, value, and education. So today we are this month, shall I say, the month of November, we celebrate value. And then in the next 6 months, we'll celebrate value again. However, I always say this, for those that are new and listening to our platform, we assess where we are every 6 months. So the previous 6 months when I had a webinar on value, those that attended that webinar, now it's the time for you to reassess where your value system is and how did you design your value system, and did you stay true to that? Did you stay on track? There's always room for adjustments. Do you need to make adjustments in your value system? And we'll discuss in just a bit what is creating and designing your value system and how to stay true to that. Because there are challenges. Again, I reiterate, we live in a very judgmental society. And so a lot of times we question ourselves, our capabilities, we question, we're challenged with our self-esteem and if we can in fact do certain tasks and perform certain tasks, and if we're good enough, and all of these things surface for different reasons. And we'll discuss some of that. It may be a very sensitive topic for some of us to look at ourselves, to look at other people, and to really use our own brain, as I say, because we are flooded with social media. We're flooded with the news. We're flooded with everyone's perception, their ideas, and we get lost where we can't think on our own. We take every other person's opinion and we live it through other people's lenses and their lives and what they want us to do. But I challenge you to look at your life and what you do with your life. So that brings me to this collage, and hopefully you can see my screen. This is one of my favorite collages that I actually put together. And my thought pattern behind this is know your worth. And as you can see, there is so many different beautiful people on this collage from all walks of life. And really take a look here at the different personality types that's on this collage, because truly what I try to do is represent a lot of different people in the world, because this is reality, right? It's reality that God has made so many different beautiful people. And a lot of times we as individuals, we measure ourselves with other people and what they may have financially, or how they may look in their appearance or dress, or just status quo. And we really get caught up and lose ourselves in the worldly judgments for people. And so I just challenge you to be yourself. Look in the mirror, to love what you see in the mirror. And it's okay to want to improve yourself. That's what this is about. It's the personal development and making improvements. It's okay with that's healthy improvements, not based on what someone says you should look like, or you should how you should dress, or what size you should be, or if you should be if this type of position is for a woman, if this type of position is for a man, and all of the shoulds that we get as human beings here, it can be overwhelming in your life. So know your worth. Know that God has only made you one of a kind, and no one can take that from you, can take that beauty from you. We are all designed in the image of God, is my belief, in my opinion. And then there are so much more to us that I know that exist, and I will never let anyone tell me that that is not true. Um, and this is a perfect example. You can look at this collage and you see God has made us all, and we are all beautiful people. And we should not judge anyone based on their appearance and their backgrounds or where they come from, because God has a plan for everyone. I'm sure God wouldn't like that very much. So know your worth, look in the mirror, and understand who you are. Now let's talk about that. Who are you? Who are you? So again, when we look in the mirror, I would like for you to say, what is your why? You know, color me human. That's a term that really resonates with me, because unfortunately, our society, not only here in America, but in other cultures and other parts of the country, of the world, we are judged by either the way that we look, by our size, by our gender. We're judged by our backgrounds, where we come from, how much money we have, what type of education level that we have. There are so many judgments. It's just, you know, I don't understand how anyone can be sane. I try to keep my head on straight, but it's just crazy. Especially if you are constantly looking at the news and social media and all of these different things that they impose on men, that they impose on women, that they impose on children, that they impose on pets. It's just overwhelming. They tell us how to eat, how to speak, what to say, where to go, what to do. It's just on and on and on. It makes you crazy. So we I'm not the only one living in these times, and we have to filter what we say at times as well. And sometimes we make mistakes, and we have to own up to those mistakes, and we have to say sorry at times. But who are you when you look in the mirror? The first person I want to say that I am when I look at myself is that I'm a human. We are all human beings, and that we come in many different tones, shades of color, right? Tones. And I have the color spectrum here on my screen, because I want to challenge you to think about this. I want you to dig a bit deeper about this. Okay, we have the color scheme because often we hear black and white, and we challenge each other. blacks and whites and other races and so on, and we look and we identify with the color. But oftentimes we hear people of color, right? We hear people of color. But if I was to remove this white in the color spectrum outside of all the other colors, um, then who would they be? Because I see white as a color, right? So I see all people as people of color, right? So just a food for thought. And I happen not to like that terminology when you hear people of color, because people of color are all people. We're all people of color. And that's my opinion. But what you don't see in people, you don't see those greens and blues and purples and orange and reds and all these other different beautiful color. And sometimes you even hear colorblind. Why would we ever want to be colorblind when color is so beautiful? We should never want to be colorblind. What we want to do is see the beautiful color of everyone. As you can see, the skin tones in every shade, from a lighter skin shade to a darker skin shade. And who is to say that anyone is better than anyone? God has made us all. So I really hope that we can move past uh, images that we have been so um, taught for many and hundreds of years about color and our skin tone. And it's sad, but again, it takes practice because we're all programmed from birth, especially here in in the United States. We're programmed. It's you cannot get away from it. You cannot say that it doesn't exist, and you cannot ignore it. So, but I like to look at it from a different perspective because I believe that we're all people of color and we are all beautiful colors. So, I hope that resonates with you and something to think about as you move forward in your life and when you look at yourself in the mirror to feel great about who you are. So, let's talk about how you to design your value system. So there's four ways that and practices that we practice to design our value system. All very important. Nutrition, right? Eating properly, exercising, making sure you get your exercises in there because I tell you, if you are growing your real estate business, you have to have a lot of energy and you want to be in good shape because there's a lot of moving parts and not only for your business but for your family, for your friends, for your loved ones. We want to be healthy and especially under the pandemic and that is still very um, around right now and a part of our lives, we really want to stay healthy. Meditation and affirmations really help me, and I encourage you to also to meditate and practice affirmations. Every morning when I get up, it's my practice to meditate and to bring out my book of affirmations and to center myself. And why do I do that? Because it helps me to process whatever comes in my day, meaning personalities, situations, fires to put out, because unexpected events will happen all the time. Emergencies will happen, and you want to be able to process that and stay calm and avoid getting real angry over situations or spending a lot of time on the small stuff and allowing other people to get underneath your skin and all of these things. So meditation and affirmation really helps to do that. And next, spirituality. That and that's a personal preference when I talk about spirituality. For some, that means going to church. For others, that means worshiping God or some other type of religion or some other type of spirituality practice. It could simply mean going by the water and sitting by the water and taking in the healthy air and listening to the movements in the water and just resonating there. We're all energy, and if you notice, if you can sit, you can walk by an individual or and you can pick up if their mood. You can feel their energy if they're happy, if they're sad, maybe something's on their mind. We're energy and we should tap into that a lot more often. And I think that happens through spirituality You really take the time to observe what's going on in your life and your moods and your energy. So please take a look at that. Nutrition, exercise, meditation and affirmations, spirituality. That's where you start designing your system. So if you're new again to this platform and this is your first time visiting us today to talk about value, at the end of the presentation, I will send you a worksheet to help you to get started with designing your value system. So let's move on. Now, how will your real estate investing business impact your value system? So I just mentioned a lot of that. We are very busy in real estate. In the real estate business, we deal with a lot of different issues from day to day, from acquiring deals, finding deals to acquisition to closing the deal. It's very stressful. All the in-betweens from inspections and all the necessary components that's involved in getting your deal closed, working with lenders, working with real estate agents, getting that deal closed. And after you get your deal closed, now you own the building, and now you have to, if it's a rental property, and then you have to onboard your new property. You have to put in, you change your utilities, the bills, the tenants, the vendors, on and on and on. There's so many moving parts, and you have to maintain your property and create a preventative maintenance plan and take care of the repairs that's needed on the property. Perhaps you have a joint venture partnership and you have to meet with your partner and make decisions. Or you may be involved in syndication deal and a lot more involved in that. You have to work with your attorney, or you have a rehab project and you have to work with your general contractors and your vendors, and you have to review bids, and you have to create spreadsheets and performas, and you have to talk with appraisals. I mean, it's just on and on and on. So it's very important for you to understand who you are, have value in yourself. So as you are approached with these different challenges, smooth, smooth selling, you know how to deal with it, because you will be challenged. You will get angry. There will be a person that will challenge you or try to at least, and you want to make sure that you're able to deal with those situations. And that's how having a great value system for yourself will help you to stabilize your business in a very professional manner and address those issues as they so recharge your life with Strive principles. We've talked about value, and hopefully that you're getting some great information from this webinar this evening. It's great that you attend these webinars. Next month, I'll be discussing education, which is our last principle of our season, our 6-month season. Also, I ask that you read Strive Principles. I do have a workbook that I've prepared for our club members and for the general public. If you'd like a copy of it, I'll give you some information on how to obtain a copy of that. And I go into a lot more detail on the principles, and I provide you with worksheets and assignments and some literature as well to help you design your personal development plan for life, as we say. I also have personalized workshops. I love those. When I have a client that wants me to design a personalized workshop around personal development and the 6 Drive principles so they can personally work on themselves, and it works hand in hand. I always say that you can't have one without the other. You can't expect to grow your business, your real estate investing business, successfully without having a personal growth plan. So you have to have balance in your life. You have to have that balance together. Personal development as well as business development goes hand in hand. You cannot have one without the other. But often we do not discuss personal development. As a matter of fact, I get a hard time sometimes just engaging some of our club members, family members, loved ones to take some time out for you to develop yourself and your skill set, and to look at your financial plan, to look at yourself, to create a plan for your household, to have a retirement plan, investment plan, life plan, so it's very important. And I guarantee you, if you would take the time to do it, you will find that you will progress in your real estate business a lot faster. Annual Strive Principal retreats, we haven't done that due to the pandemic. I'm hoping to bring that back next year. So hopefully that we'll be able to go away for the weekend and have a great time at a retreat, at a Strive retreat. Also, we've already discussed real estate investing training courses. You will also get as a bonus to if you attend any real estate investing training, you will also get personalized Strive workshop as a bonus to that. So please get started on creating your personal development growth process. As we discussed earlier, we do have a Strive Principal Workbook. If you are a member of Strive and do not have this workbook, it is time for you to have this workbook. This is what we stand on, are these personal principles, and you should definitely get involved here. And I guarantee you that it will help you to stay balanced in your life. Today, by just attending the webinar, you get the book half off, $12.47. Small investment for your personal growth, growth development, and 50% off. You can take a picture here of the link to the PayPal. You pay that, no shipping charges, and we'll ship that right out to you, and you'll get it within 7 business days after purchase. Typically, unless you live somewhere out of the country, it takes a little bit longer. We've had to ship them out the country sometime too. That takes a little longer when we have to ship them out of the country. Also, again, we give personalized workshops, and please visit our website and join today if you're not a member at strivewealthbuilders.com. We are located in California. We do have several members that are located out of state. And so I want to, again, welcome those members that live out of state. Thanks for staying up a little late tonight. The time here should be almost 7 o'clock. Oh, I'm right on time. Getting pretty good there. Try to give you a half hour of your time. And again, I want to thank everyone for joining today and taking out the time. I commend you for just taking 30 minutes out of your day today to think about value and to look at yourself in the mirror and appreciate you. I appreciate you, and I want you to know that. And I truly appreciate myself and love myself. And I continue, it's a work in progress. It's, it happens. We fall short. We make mistakes. I have challenges as well that I'm faced with. Before I leave, I'll just give you a little bit. I have about a minute or so before we wind and close for this evening. But as you can see, I'm an African American woman, and I have many challenges in this industry, and it's very heartbreaking sometimes. And sometimes I really have to extend my meditation and my affirmations in the morning times so I can deal with some of the challenges that I'm faced with just because of my appearance. And although I work through those things, and I've lived through a lot of discrimination situations, and so I hopefully have learned how to process those things without really making it a huge impact in my life, and knowing that I can get up in the morning and still be happy. But some things we have to address. Some personalities we have to face, even though there are uncomfortable situations, uncomfortable conversations, they must be had. And I have to make a stand because usually I'm the only one in the room in a lot of situations in this business, and that can be challenging at times. So if anyone needs this, I do. And that's one of the reasons why I practice Strive Principles, is because it truly helps me to get up in the morning and to continue to put my foot forward and keep stepping forward and moving up the ladder through all of the differences, through all of the challenges and all of the hurdles that I have to endure in this business. I still move forward, and I want you to do the same. Okay, regardless of what you look like, regardless of your background, regardless of your skin tone, and all of the above. If you have a passion for real estate investing and there's something you want to do, do it. Do it now. Don't wait. We're located in the Atrium Plaza in Albany, California. We are open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. If you want to reach out to us, please give us a call. Please visit our website or send us an email. And you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me as well. So again, I want to just thank you all for joining me this evening. I love these types of webinars, and I love sharing with other people, and especially I'm a real estate junkie to the heart, entrepreneur. So I love real estate. And please, again, I'm going to send you a bonus, which is our value worksheet. It's going to challenge you with some exercises on nutrition, exercise, and meditation, and creating your value system so you can get started with your personal development process and continue that on and on for a lifetime. Next month, I'll be discussing education. So again, thank you all for joining me this evening. And I'm so happy that you take the time out to listen to the value webinar. And I'll see you next. Good night.